Sacred souls, ancient beings, welcome back to a spiritual joint where we talk about all things spiritual. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone is at peace in your world. So today just want to hit on a subject that something that you need to know for your benefit, for your health, for your safety, for your protection. When you're dealing with anybody that works with energy, you need to make sure that one, you are keeping yourself safe and protected, and two, that you are dealing with ethical people with integrity. And I say that because oftentimes when you're dealing with the energetic realm, there are some people who either intentionally or non intentionally will not request permission to deal with your energy field, which can be problematic. Not so, well, not always as much as a problem is if it's unintentional, because unfortunately there are those people who deal with energy who just don't know that it is an invasion of someone's energetic space to just enter into these enter into your energetic space without first asking permission, just as a courtesy, just to make sure that you're aligned. Because if for whatever reason you ask this person and they don't feel comfortable, then they should have the right to say no. But also, because it's like getting into somebody's intimate personal space, even more intimate and personal, because this is your energy, this is your life force, this is what is flowing through you. And to just jump in there and not ask you to just jump in there and start dealing with your energy, connecting to your energy, feeling your energy, it can be a bit much. And as people who deal with energy, we should be asking permission before we enter into that space. So when you enter into these spaces where people are doing channelings or journeying or energetic readings, chakra balancing, Akashic records, or any other type of divination, or even Reiki. They always say Reiki can do no harm, but you still are dealing with someone's energy. They need to be asking you before they are entering into that space. And I say this because I had two instances recently where had to let some people know, you need to be asking before you do this. It's not acceptable to enter into my space, my energy, without checking first, without making sure. And they didn't know. So what to do? They know now. But unfortunately, on the other side, there are those people who they do know these things, and they may be attempting to attach or open a gateway to you, make you accessible for whatever nefarious reason they may have. And you just need to be aware that, people need to be asking. So if someone that you're dealing with who deals in energy or frequency is not checking first, is not asking first, is not making sure that it is okay for them to connect with you in that way, then you need to be either, hey, look, you need to ask, or are you at, attempting to gain my consent, or you need to let them know that, this is what is required of for you, like I said, for your protection, for your safety. They need to be asking, and you need to know that people need to ask before they engage with you energetically. And with this rise of energy healing, divinations, and entering into other realms, this field, this area is becoming wide open to, for lack of a better word, charlatans, or what did they used to call them? Snake oil sellers, or what's the other one? Ooh, I can't think of it right now, but you know what I mean. Those people who are, not worthy of being in your space. They need to respect your space. They need to be conscious that they are in your space, and this connection that you have with someone is a very sacred endeavor, not to be taken lightly, not to just jumping in there willy-nilly and opening portals or leaving spaces, or causing you to be potentially in a dangerous situation because they don't know that they need to be getting your permission, that they could be opening you to something that you may not want to be open to, or causing you, problems in an energy space, because all energy is not for your best or highest interest. You need to be checking to make sure that this this, what do you want to call it, that whatever platform, whatever means of energetic transfer or energetic entry, making sure that it is taken or entered into with the highest respect for your energy. And also to, some people may be more intuitive than others, and make sure that, this is for their highest good. And that should also be stated when, hey, do I have permission to enter into your energetic space, and that this connection will be a connection that is for your highest good, and this is a connection between me, my guides, and you and your guides, and that this is a safe place for our energies to commingle. All that needs to be said, it needs to be said, it needs to be stated, so that that is the intention. This is part of the intention that needs to be set outside of whatever it is that you went to this person for, or asked this person for, or connected with this person for, whatever divination or other energetic work that you have commissioned them for. Need to make sure that your safety is of the utmost importance. And also, in some ways, to the person that you're dealing with, it also helps to make sure that they are safe also, because if you're not sure, unsure, don't know the protocols and whatnot of dealing with energy, you don't want them to call in something unwillingly, unknowingly, before they connect with you in this space. So, just a heads up to make sure that you are keeping safe, that you are keeping your energy, your your frequency as sacred, that, the ancients, the elders, these things were known before. That's why it was at times only information that was given to those who were going to be entering into a mystery school, or those who were being taught one-on-one by a mentor or a teacher. This was going to be your life work, and in order to be prepared, you had to connect with someone who had that level of understanding, that level of understanding, that level of overstanding, to be mindful of these connections of energy. And in these schools, everybody did not get in. It wasn't just like now, there's a lot of information available, and a lot of people, unfortunately, are just jumping in because right now it appears to be a lucrative endeavor, and it's not so much about helping per se, but understanding, if someone is doing this work, it's not, there needs to be some type of exchange, because they are giving of their time, they are giving of their energy, they are providing a service. But also know that in addition to providing this service, that it, in ancient times, were committed to a lifetime of doing this. This wasn't just something, you just jumped up and said, oh, yes, this is what I want to do, as unfortunately some people do. So, in alignment, in resonance with sacred ancient times, just letting you know this is something that you need to be aware of before you endeavor on these energetic entanglements, we shall say. So that's what we have for today. Hope you enjoyed. Leave us a message, leave us a comment, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.